Hey y'all, and no, you don't have to adjust your screen. I am underneath the orange light, so don't freak out too much. Anyways, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Rebel, and as always, I'm going to give you my parental advisory. I tend to cuss like a sailor, and I could also talk like a pervert, so if you ain't into that, you better exit stage left. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings now, because I know I ain't everybody's cup of tea. So, much by popular demand, I'm bringing back some crafting. So today we're going to be crafting some stuff, and it's going to come off of the ideal of my bathroom. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this spring I redid my bathroom in this pink, black, gray, purple, rose kind of thing. And at first I really wasn't going to plan on decorating my bathroom for Halloween. And then while venturing on Michael's, this stuff brought me ideals. So this is the video of Michael's. So after seeing all that stuff, I'm like, I put two and two together, and I'm like, it totally matches my bathroom. Why don't I do this? So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So today we're going to craft stuff to match my bathroom and make it cute, but a little bit gothic, a little bit scary. So stay tuned for the crafting. So I'm going to have to apologize right off the bat. I didn't realize my son had messed with my camera, so that's why the lighting is so off on some of the footage. But I couldn't go back and redo it because I'd done this stuff without knowing my camera was screwed up. So mostly this stuff came from Dollar Tree. I do have a few items from Walmart, but it was super cheap, the stuff I did get. So these are some of the supplies I'm going to need for this first craft I'm going to be doing. So that we have some paint. It's a picture frame, some more paint. We have some skulls. And those are some pearls. And then those skull heads. So this is a skull garland that you could get at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take, I originally took two of these guys, but I actually only used one of them. So I'm just painting him pink. And it took about 3 coats to really paint him to make him stand out. So now I'm tearing this side up that I got at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to totally paint it all black. I'm going to kind of make a shadow box out of it. I seen Michael's had some of these sort of like this that were shadow boxes that had skulls and roses and stuff. So I thought I could do this too. So I got lucky and found these little shadow box picture frames. I first used the acrylic paint, and that just didn't really go on very well. So the next couple of coats I used chalk paint, and it looks a little bit better. Other than you could see the wolf and part of the little dog, but I'm going to be covering that up so you're not going to see it anyways. What I really should have had was sandpaper, and I don't have any, but you really needed to sandpaper the wolf and part of the dog off because some of that was glitter. So now I'm just putting some of that Spanish moss down, or brown moss, or whatever you want to call it. I thought that would kind of make it look a little spooky-ish. So I put moss on both of the frames. Now I'm going to put the little pink skeleton in one of them. Trying to get him to sit was a bitch, but I got him to sit. Got him glued in, so he's not moving. He ain't going nowhere. I just hate the string that the hot glue makes. That's like, that just drives me insane. So I just glued his head down. With these little skeletons, their legs will move, but their head moves, but their arms don't move. So the arm was the problem. So I had to try to bend the arm the best I could. Now I'm going to work on this other frame, which I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree succulents that I pulled out of the pot. And I'm going to stick it on there with some glue, of course, hot glue. These are kind of a light, because it's kind of hard to see right now, but it's kind of a light mint green. And the edges of the plant has pink, light pink on it. They're really pretty. So I'm going to take one of those little skulls. I painted several of them pink. That was in that package I got from Walmart. Once again, a lot more hot glue. Just going to set him down there. And now I'm going to work on this one. I decided I wanted to tie in with everything else I'm doing, so I'm going to add some pearls in the corner of the box. Because it just needs a little something, so. And you know me, I have to be over the top with whatever I do. Pretty much overdo things as usual. So I'm just going to randomly place these, those other pearls. I will randomly place them. And then after that, I'm going to take some of my crystals, my gems, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to kind of fill in holes and gaps with those gemstone, rhinestone, gemstone, whatever you want to call them. And try to get rid of that damn string. Okay, so I finished that one, and I will say that that one was my favorite. I'm not to say I don't like this one, but it's just not my favorite. I like the other one. I did decide that that one needed a little something, so I did add a flower to that one at the end, so you will see it later. But this is a skull I got at Walmart. What was he, $1.38 or something like that. So I'm going to paint him totally pink. Of course, everything's going to be pink. My son's playing in the background, so you're going to be hearing a bunch of noise, and the AC's going, so there's a bunch of noise there. I coated him with matte Mod Podge because he was slick. I wanted to make sure that the paint stuck. So he got a coat of Mod Podge, and now I'm going to add the pearls and the rhinestones to him. Gosh, I wish y'all could see this better. I really seriously thought about just canning this whole thing, but these turned out really cute, so maybe you can just make out a little bit of what I'm doing. So I'm just putting some hot glue in one of the eye sockets, and I'm going to be placing pearls in the eye socket. And I didn't really follow a pattern with this. I just kind of followed his face, I guess, in a way. Like I said, at the end, I got way better video footage of what they look like, so you can see it better. So that's from gosh, I can't talk. That's from Crafter Square from Dollar Tree. It's just a universal kind of glue. That's pretty much all I said, I believe. It worked well with these gems, though. It went down kind of like Elmer's glue in a way. It was very white, and I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to dry clear. But it wound up drying clear, and the gems are all there very secure. But it did take about 2 hours for this glue to dry down completely. It's the only bad thing. But those little stones don't work very well because I've tried it before with hot glue. They just don't work very well, so I had to have a different type of glue. So like I said, I've just placed in those rhinestones where I needed to cover holes or just to add a little sparkle. Like I said, you will see him later on, and it looks way better than this footage. So this is a skull from Dollar Tree, which was, of course, $1. So I've cut a hole in his head, because, well, you need somebody in your life with a hole in their head, I guess. But, and of course, you know, after I did that, I'm going to be painting him, you know what color? Pink. So he's going to get, and this one got about 3 coats of pink. And he also got a coat of Mod Podge, just to secure the pink, to make sure he didn't get scratched or anything. So now I'm going into his eye sockets, and I'm going to be putting pearls in both eye sockets just to give something to tie to the rest of the stuff that I'm making. So, plus I had a bunch of those left over. Why not use them? And I kind of stacked them. The other pumpkin. Hello, you're not working on pumpkins. You're working on skulls, stupid. Okay, anyways, the other skull, I did stack the pearls, but on this one I did stack the pearls in the eyes. It kind of made them, I guess, bulge out. So now I am making this flower arrangement. It is a hole in his head, because we have to fill up that hole. So I'm taking some black greenery I got at Walmart under $1, and then some of these grayish roses I got from Walmart. They're under $1 as well. So I'm just kind of gluing the roses down, and I wound up rearranging this arrangement, and it looks way better at the end, because after I got this, I always do this too. Whenever I do stuff, I'll finish it, then I'll sit and look at it, decide I don't like it, and go redo it again. So that's the only bad thing about me. What you see in the beginning is probably not what you're going to see at the end, because I'll probably change it up. So all I'm doing is just taking them off of the stems, and I'm just gluing them down to where I think I need some roses, or if I have spots in the arrangement. Yeah, the black leaves are velvet, or kind of velvet-like, and they're very stiff, so they don't bend very well. So I'm going to take 2 of these Dollar Tree cloches, and I'm going to take some more of their succulent plants. I'm going to take some more of that Spanish moss. And some of those, I was going to say pumpkins again. Some of those skulls I painted. And I'm just going to take those out of those little pots, and I'm going to cut the stem off, because that just makes it a hell of a lot easier to glue down. I mean, that's pretty simple logic. You need to take the stems off, so. I think this one here would look really cool if you spray painted it black. It made like an even spookier cloche, because just the way it lays, or stands, I mean, it kind of looks creepy, like spiderish. But I didn't want to do that because I do still have, some greens in my bathroom. So I want to kind of keep with the living portion of it. So I kept those green. Yeah, last year I seen that gothic theme, pink goth theme that they had at Michael's. And I just kind of was like, yeah, I don't really like it. Now look at me, I'm doing it. So. What a year difference will make, I guess, for opinion. But I'm just gluing down this moss so it kind of stay in place. You technically don't have to, because you're going to be sealing it up inside of the little plastic dome. This just kind of makes it easier to keep it corralled while you're trying to close the dome. And now I'm trimming any of the excess that's hanging off too much, because it'll kind of get your way when you are trying to close the dome up. Because they kind of click into place. They're easy to get open, but they do click into place, so you have to make sure that it does click, or it's not going to stay put. So now I'm taking some hot glue. We're going to glue. This is the same one of those succulents that are like the mint color with the pink edges. Just going to glue him into place, and then I'm going to take one of the little skulls that I painted. Yep, there he is. And we're going to put him on top, because that was about the only place I could fit him, because that little plant took up the whole bottom of the cloche. I really love the combination of those pink skulls and these little succulent. To me, they look like a hidden chick. I think that's what they were called. But I like the combination. The colors go well together, and it just looks really pretty. So now we're going to put the cloche on. And I do have to try to press that flower in because it's a little wider than the plastic hood or lid or whatever you want to call it. So you have to line it up, and then you just have to press firmly to get it to lock into place. And there's locked in. What was that, all of like almost $3 to make a piece that Michael's probably sell for like 20. So that, like I said, this is I like this one too a lot. Like I said, I think if you're going to go for even more spookier, if you paint that black, that would really look spooky. And maybe not had a pink skull or skeleton, unless you want skull, unless you want pink, but maybe leave it the color it was with the black plant. That would look spookier. So I'm having to hold that plant because even though I glued it down, since it is kind of tall and skinny at the bottom, it just didn't have enough surface to stand up. So I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue just so I could glue my skull down real quick. And then I wound up just shoving it into the cloche, and the cloche is holding up the plant. So I like this one too a lot. I love the cloches. The cloches are probably my favorite out of all the crafts I did. So here are the finished products that I did. This is the skull with the pearls and the gems coming down his face. I said it kind of adds a little bit of girliness to it. It's still a little spooky, but pretty at the same time. So, and then oh, that's not it. Anyways, there's the flower arrangement, and that tray I got from Dollar Tree, and I've had those candles for a while. I decided to put those two on this tray on top of my toilet. Because I have a blank space, and I hate that blank space on top of the toilet, so I always fill it with something. So here's that other cloche, and you can see the green, and that lighter green and that pink I was talking about. Then I had some leftover skulls, so I just stuck it in this arrangement I already had in there. And then I made another cloche. I needed another one, so I took one of the gray roses with some of the moss and him and some pearls to make another one for that space there. I'm going to try to back out so you can see the whole setup. And those are the boxes, shadow boxes. So like I said, I did add a flower to him because he just needed something else. And the little gray rose, it really tied in with everything else. It looks better. But I do like this one a lot. So I think that one might be my favorite out of the two boxes. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this crafting video. Like I said, it was really fun and everything turned out really good, and it matches great with my bathroom. So I'm super happy. And anyways, stay tuned. You know my variety show. I'll be doing something different next, or I might be crafting next because I have way more stuff that I want to craft up for y'all. So stay tuned for all the spookiness and all the fun. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I will see you guys really, really soon. Love y'all.